Connor's Crazy Countdown.
Hello everyone, this is Crazy Boy Gamer here. Obviously I'm still trying to figure everything out. As you can see, still new things, the green screen, ring light, camera, mic, whatever. But here's another tier list that I've made, and I've made this in honor of Overwatch, because recently I've been addicted to Overwatch. It's been like the only game I've been playing, which is weird considering the fact that a couple of years ago I made another tier list, or another list on my Connor's Crazy Countdown, and I put Overwatch right at the end, about 10th in my games that I was playing. I actually really don't like GTA right now, because Overwatch is the game. Overwatch is amazing. I find it funny because I used to play Call of Duty all the time, but now I'd probably take this over Call of Duty. Don't know what that is, but anyways, so I'm trying to figure this out. Where do I begin? So I'm not judging these characters on their looks, and I'm not judging these characters on their race or anything like that. What I'm judging them on is how I play as them, like their abilities, their power-ups, things like that. And I'd say recently that I've played with quite a lot of characters, like so for different modes in Overwatch. So say for instance you've got professional, you've got the purple one. See, I'm not even up to date with Overwatch terms and whatever else. But yes, there's the professional mode, and for that, in the Blizzard world, I tend to use Sombra. Now, I'm not a big fan of Sombra, but I tend to use Sombra there so I can sneak around and get ahead of the characters. For the elimination rounds, I tend to use Torbio a lot. So I've got different characters for different things. So let's begin. So our first character is Anna. Now, the oddest thing about Anna is that ages ago I didn't really like Anna. I barely used Anna, but now, like I've said, different modes for different characters. So on the elimination round, so that's like 6v6 and 4v4 and 3v3 and things like that. I tend to use Anna a bit, so what I start out with is Torbio, then I go on to Farah, then I use Anna. That can also vary depending on who chooses the things, but Anna is a really good character because she can stun people, and then she can throw her health and it will help the team out, but it could also poison the opposite team. So she's a really good character and I really like her. I think she's my favourite healer right now. I don't know if I'd say outstanding, but she's definitely brilliant. As for these at the side, I've tended to use things that I feel like a lot of characters might say. Like I know that Moira says brilliant. I feel like someone says outstanding, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, next, now Ashe. When Ashe first came out, I think at first I was a little bit apprehensive about her, but then I really got into her and I really enjoyed playing with her. Anytime that I play, what do you call it? Skirmish. So anytime I go into skirmish, she's always like the first character I choose. I know that's not a proper mode, but I barely get to use Ashe. Like I don't really use Ashe a lot, but when I do, I have. If it's a good day, I have great fun with her. If not, then it's bad, because she's sort of got a shotgun, and I'm not a big fan of shotguns. But as far as overall and her ability as Bob, she is outstanding. I really enjoy playing as Ashe most of the time. Now this is one of the last few characters that was added. He was added a while ago now, but this is Baptiste, and I've never really liked Baptiste. What do I like about Baptiste? What's his power up even? See, I can't even remember what his power up is, but maybe his jump. His jump is kind of good. Obviously he can heal, which is a benefit. Oh yeah, his power up isn't even that good either. He just gets a shield. I mean, Symmetra gets a shield too, but her shield covers the whole map. His shield is just this wee little box. So I'm going to say meh for Baptiste. I'm not a big fan of him. Like I said, this is not about race, this is not about looks, this is not about anything about it. It's just their abilities and just their whatever. This is getting kind of annoying, I guess. Well, you can now see part of my window. See, it's all learning curve, whatever. Right. Next, we've got an OG amazing character that I've always loved playing with. So I think this was one of my first characters I actually played with, like, well, not professionally, but one of my characters that I used to play with quite a lot. This is Bastian. I love playing as Bastian when the day is good. The one thing I don't like about Bastian is his power-up. His power-up sucks, in my opinion. I mean, if you get the right shot and you go poof and that's it, but I've never been able to have a good time, and you're vulnerable when you're in his power-up. I've constantly got Bastian's power-up and died because of it, and I was on a good streak as well. But if you take away the power-up, he's amazing. But I do have to put him in outstanding because I've used him a lot. I really like him, and especially on modes like I can't think of any modes right now, but especially on modes where you're defending or something like that. Right, next we've got Brigitte, another healer that I'm not overly fond of, never really been fond of. I used her once and got quite a good streak going, but that was luck. Like, I've never been able to get many kills with Brigitte. If I'm lucky, I can get 2. But I like the healing. Like, healing is always good. We always need a good healer, but she is going in. See, I'm tempted to put her in nope, but she's a healer, and healers are a real asset, so she's going in meh. Now we get to probably my least favourite character in the game. I've never, well, I think I used him once yet again, and I got a good time there, but this is Doomfist, and my first introduction to him was I was playing a game with Thunderdog and Voodoo Punk, and they were trying him out. I think they maybe had a lot more time learning him, so I didn't really get to understand much. I just can't stand him. When it comes to me, I do not like melee characters because you have to get up close and that, and you can't, like, he has like blades or something that comes out his hand. It goes pew pew pew. That's about as much shooting as he could do. But overall, even his power up is just a big slam in the ground, and I don't like. I'm really sorry, but I'm not a big fan of Doomfist at all. Now we got another great character here. This is D.Va. So D.Va is this girl that's inside of a robot's body, basically, and she is a really good character to play as in elimination rounds because you get more life in a sense. But I don't know. I've used her power up before, which is to just blow everybody out of the water, and it's been quite fun. She is a great character overall. I really do enjoy playing as her, so she's outstanding. There's not much more I can say about her. She's just a girl that's got a lot of power because she is inside of a robot's body. Now, this I think this is the most recent added character, is it? Was there somebody after her? I don't think so. So this is Echo. What did I think about Echo? I've had some good times as Echo. Her power up as well I find a bit tedious. Like, you have to be playing against a team that has good characters in order to, like, turn into a good character. So her ability is to change into another character. So for instance, you could change into Bastian, get his power up, or change into D.Va, get her power up, things like that, which is quite good. So I think she's satisfactory. Like, I do quite enjoy playing as her occasionally. I've actually done quite well as her once in a while, but yeah. And now we get another character that I cannot stand because it's another melee character. So this is Genji. He, again, I've had some occasions where I've managed to have a couple of kills here and there, but nothing too impressive. He I can't. Again, I can't stand melee characters. I'm not a fan of being up close and dealing with that sort of thing. So for me, again, nope. Like his backstory, like I do know some backstory of some characters. I like his backstory, and I like his brother, and I like all that. But his abilities as a character suck. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. And here he is, here's his brother. Now, the odd thing about Hanzo is when I first played Hanzo, he was one of the characters I was like, I would never like this character. But now, I quite enjoy him, because he has the ability to shoot an arrow that shows you where the enemies are, and then his ability where it's the big dragon, he's quite fun. And then, when you just get that satisfying headshot with a bow and arrow, it's so cool. So, I like him enough to put him here. Is he brilliant? Maybe, but no. Like I say, your opinion will probably be very, very different to mine. Like, my opinion is my opinion, and you can disagree with me or agree with me. It doesn't matter. Right, now we've got the best character for me ever. Although, having said that, I have not actually played with him that much recently. I played with him a couple of times, but I've just been getting around so many other characters and enjoying every character. But this is Junkrat, so this is the first character I properly learned how to play. Obviously Thunderdog taught me how to play as him, and I've probably mentioned a few things about him and things like that in the Overwatch 100 episode, but there's no doubt about it, he's an outstanding fun character that I really enjoy playing as. His ability as well is quite good, unless it gets shot obviously, but everything about him, you can lay traps, you can lay bombs and that, he can shoot bombs, and he's just an all-round good character. And then he's got funny things that he says as well. It's just great. Now this is probably one of the best healers aside from Ana. So this is Lucio, another character that at first I was a bit like, I don't really enjoy playing as this, but I've kind of got into more. I'm still not very good at him, but if you get on a map that has nothing at the side where you could throw people over the edge, and you just bounce him and he throws people over the edge, that is really hilarious. So I think I'm putting him in brilliant. When I beat Thunderdog with him, that was so good. So whenever you get a kill with him, it's satisfying as anything. Now here is a character that I'm a bit kind of torn by in a sense. So this is McCree. What do I say about McCree? Decent in a sense. Like, if you're up close again, or you can stun. The stun is probably his best ability. You stun him and then you shoot, but his shooting can be a little bit tedious at times. And his power up, I've never ever been able to use. I've seen people use it and they've done quite well, but I have no idea how to use it. I've had it only about 4 or 5 times, but I'm standing there and he's getting it. I can't even remember what he says right now, but he stands there with his gun, just standing there waiting to shoot, and then he shoots and he doesn't get anybody, and then he gets shot. So I'm not very good at him, and I do not enjoy him for that reason, so I'm putting him in meh. Right, May. So this is another character that I've been a bit different about. At first wasn't a big fan of her, but she's really grown on me. She can heal herself, so that's a great ability. And then her power up where she freezes all the characters, that's also amazing. Exactly. But yeah, her gun is a little bit iffy, but I like her enough to put her in satisfactory. If you get her with another character that probably the best team up would probably be her and D.Va, so you freeze everybody and then you put D.Va's bomb in, but you have to be very coordinated for that. But yes, just amazing. Now here's a healer that's the go-to healer. When you think of healer, the first person that comes to mind is Mercy. There's literally the song, you should have picked Mercy, you should have picked any kind of support, and whatever else. And I used to not be able to use Mercy at all. I had no idea how to revive people. I really wasn't a very good healer at all, but I've had a lot of fun with Mercy before, and reviving people, it's just you get that satisfying, they've revived. Her power up is a little bit but it still works. Everything about her thing, it still works. It's still good. So she's going in brilliant. She's very good. And I think... No, I can't change anything just now. I'm not that tempted. I think this... No, this isn't the last healer, right? So this is another healer. This is Moira. This is Thunderdog's probably Thunderdog's favourite healer. Me personally, I've never really liked her that much. Although, I've had better times with her recently. And her power-up is quite good because you get this huge big blast that heals and it hurts the team. So it's kind of good. I think I put her in satisfactory. I don't hate her, but I'm not a big fan of her. I would pick these 3 healers before I would pick this healer. Yeah, and I wouldn't pick these healers. So it would be these 3, then her, then obviously. Right. Now, is this our first shield? Have we had a shield before? No, this is our first shield. So this is Erisa. I've had a weird experience with Erisa in the past where I liked her a lot for some weird reason. But her and Bastian together, just a great team up. Her power up is quite good as well. Like, it heals the team. I've enjoyed playing as her quite a lot. Would I put her in brilliant? I don't know. I might put her at the top of satisfactory. Or no, she's brilliant because she's a shield and we need shields. Now, this is like a specific character. So this, I think, was the very first character I ever used. This is Farah. Now, when I first used Farah, I was terrible at her. Or I was better than any other character because she was the only character I was using. But recently, when you're on a 6v6, just like with Lucio, if you've got edges of the map and you bounce, I have had so many good plays of her putting her ejectile down on the ground and bouncing people off the map. It's hilarious and amazing and great when that happens. But that doesn't always happen. It's very iffy. But I've still had good fun shooting the things. The only thing I don't really like about Farah is that her bombs don't seem to be that good in a sense. Like, when I'm up in the sky and I shoot the team with my bombs, it takes hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of attempts just to kill anyone. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like her rockets are very, very, very weak at times. I still think her power up as well is a little bit... You have to... I don't know. I think she's satisfactory. Next, Reaper. Now, this is probably a character I've not really used too much. I really like... I've not got anything against Reaper, but I just don't think I'm very good. It's kind of like McCree in a sense, where you have to get up close to have a good shot. The main thing that you do with him basically is you sneak behind people and blast them. His power up though, I think I've had 1 or 2 good occasions with it. I think he's satisfactory. Like, I've got nothing against Reaper. Like, if all the other characters had gone, yeah, I'd probably choose Reaper. But me, I'm not very good at him, so he's going in satisfactory. Our next shield, we've got Reinhardt. So just now on Overwatch, there's archives going on, and I always tend to choose Torbjorn. But on the occasion that I don't get Torbjorn, then Reinhardt's my next choice. Reinhardt is... And that's another thing. When I played professional, well, on the purple thing, I've played with Reinhardt a couple of times because I've had to play a shield, and I've had a great time with him. His power up has been a little bit annoying, but other than that, it's been quite fun to play as him in times. So I've enjoyed him. Satisfactory. Right. Okay. Now this was a character I think both me and Thunderdog didn't really enjoy much for a while. But the good thing about Roadhog is that he can heal himself. That's probably his best thing. Oh, and he can hook, which can be quite good at times. For instance, there's some maps that have like a hole in the middle, so you hook them, bring them into the hole. Simple. Obviously, it's not that simple because sometimes you can't hook very well. I have enjoyed playing as Roadhog once or twice, but I would never put him up in the top 2. He's going here. I think I might have to put some more people up here because, like, I think, I don't know though. Right. I think this is maybe, or was maybe, my favourite shield. I've had so many good times with Sigma. I also did, there was a couple of months ago, or even a year ago now, when there was a challenge to get a skin that was like a conductor skin. I got it. So I have that. So that was the cameras just stopped. So I have that for Sigma. And he has the ability, his emote is like he conducts and he brings up his things. He goes do 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 things. It's quite funny. Him as a character, his ability has been amazing sometimes. I remember I was on King's Row and loads of the enemies came around the corner and I did his enemy synthesize or whatever, and all the enemies smashed down. It was great. So I've had some really good times with him. I think he's brilliant. And as far as like throwing rocks and that, like I'd say maybe his guns, his shooting abilities are a little bit weaker, but I enjoy playing as him most of the time. Now this was probably my second character I played the most, so it was like way back at the start it was Farah and it was Soldier. This was before the era of Junkrat. But here is Soldier 76, and I think when most people think of Overwatch, like the first character they think of is Tracer, and then maybe this is one of the other characters. But he can heal. He's not classed as a healer though, which I find a little bit weird. But I mean, I guess like he doesn't constantly have his heal ability. But his gun is like Call of Duty gun. That's why Thunderdog and Voodoo Punk thought I would like him. I would say like now I'm not overly fond of him that much. I find his gun quite hard to shoot at times. But yeah, he's very good. So I think I put him up the top because he can heal and his gun's quite good. His power up is quite good too. Now here's what I was talking about at the start. Here's Sombra. So like I said, on Blizzard World, what I tend to do when I'm attacking is I choose Sombra, I sneak around the enemies, I put my teleporter near some health, and then I go on the point and I take it over, and then obviously they come and they're like, oh, what are you doing on our point, and they kill me and stuff like that, but I always have fun there. That's like the only time I really use Sombra and enjoy using Sombra, but I don't have anything against her. Like, she can have some good abilities, like her power up, it takes away everybody's abilities in a sense, so it's quite good in that sense. I'm saying in that sense a lot, but I've enjoyed playing as Sombra a lot more recently. I think when I first heard about Sombra or first played as Sombra, I hated her, but now, yeah. Now here is probably, like, this in my opinion is the best defense character you can probably get. This is Symmetra. Now, I've played with Symmetra so much, and when you've just got the best defense team and you've got Symmetra there and her turrets are in the right place, it is so much fun. And she's got her teleporter. I would say at first when they changed it, I couldn't stand it because I couldn't get it to go where I wanted it to go. I still find it a little bit hard at times, but it's nothing compared to what I was like at the beginning. But there's no doubt about it. She is just the best defense character ever. She's amazing. Or in this case, she's a Symmetra. Yeah, that's terrible. Right. Now we've got our boy Torbjorn. So, like I've said, specific modes for Torbjorn have been great. So the archives modes, when you're on King's Row, I always choose Torbjorn. I always enjoy being Torbjorn. When it was the Halloween event, I kind of tended to use Torbjorn a lot there, but then I kind of realised I wasn't best at him there. But still, Torbjorn is, I mean, it's basically like playing as two different characters because you've got him and his turret. And the weirdest thing was that they changed Torbjorn a little while ago where he didn't need to fix his gun. But that's not true. You can still fix his gun. I only found out recently that you can change his gun into his hammer and fix the gun. I know that sounds terrible that I didn't realise this, but I'm very glad I figured that out. But yes, there's no doubt about it. He is top of the list, if not like there. He's a great character, and his power up is amazing. Like on the archives modes, I used to spray all the enemies with the lava, like the big enemies. Amazing thing to watch. Okay, now we've got another character I'm not overly fond of at all. So she's got just pistols. This is Tracer, and I think my favourite thing about Tracer is that she can heal in a sense. Like if you rewind, I think she can heal at least. I think I've noticed that. I should pay more attention. But yeah, I've never really had an overly good time with Tracer. I like the healing. The healing is good, but everything else I don't enjoy. I really don't enjoy it. Now we've got the last sniper. We've had 1, 2. I think there's only 3 snipers, 4 if you include Hanzo. But this is Widowmaker, probably one of the character in the game where everybody's a bit like, ooh. But we're not here to talk about that. Her shooting, you have to be a good sniper in order to play good as Widowmaker, I guess. I've had some good times with Widowmaker. Like, I've enjoyed being her once in a while. She also has like her, like, you take off the sniper thing and you can just walk around with a little gun. But I have enjoyed playing as her a lot. Her ability's a bit, well, her ability's good enough. Like, it tells you where the enemies are. But I mean, Hanzo can do the same thing without using his ability. But I guess hers stays stationary. You get what I mean. I've enjoyed playing as her a couple of times. So yeah. Now, here's a character I have a really bad relationship with. So anytime I've played Mystery Heroes, I always get Winston. I don't know why, but it's like, it would not be a Mystery Heroes game unless I got Winston at least 10 times. Is he a bad character? Well, his shield sucks. Like, honestly, his shield is up for about 5 seconds and then it's gone. It's still good to have a shield, but it's awful. Like, and his raw is banging whatever, and then his power up's alright. I'll give you that. His power up is kind of a saviour, but I think because he's a shield, he goes in meh. I just do not like playing this because I tend to get him all the time. That doesn't make me any better at him. Now, here's an interesting character. The first time I played this character with Thunderdog, I won against him, but more or less any other time I've used him, I'm terrible at him. His power up though is kind of good if you've got the point and you could be on the point and lay his bombs out. But he's also a really good character if you've got like a center point that you can attach your string to and you roll around. But you've got to have a good team with you. If you don't have a good team, it's kind of pointless. Because I've been on that point as Wrecking Ball quite a few times, rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling around, and there's been nobody there to help me, so I obviously die. But I do think he has good ability. Like, his shooting's alright, he can shield himself, he can roll round and get powered up in a sense, and his power up is pretty good, so I think he's going here. Now, here's another character that I've had some quite amazing times with, surprisingly, but not a lot. So, there was one time I was in, what's it called? It's the Mexican map. I can't remember what it's called. But I was there, and we got to the arch bit where the truck comes under, and I blew her power up there, and it was just amazing. I got so many kills. They didn't make it any further than that point. That's like the only good time I've had with Zarya. Like, apart from that, I've not had too much of a good time. But she can shield people, she can shield herself, she heals up a little bit, and she's got a lot of health. So overall, she's a pretty good character. I would say me playing as her, I'm not very good at her, but I can see that she's a good character. So I think I'd put her in brilliant, if I'm being honest, because I think there's a lot to get from her. And finally, we have our last character, the final character, and our last healer. So this is Zenyatta. I think me playing as Zenyatta, I've been average at most. Not been entirely great at him. His healing ball I find quite hard. Like, people are crying out to me like, heal me, heal me. So I throw them the ball and then they don't heal. And I don't know. His power up is a little bit... I think he's just there. Like, he's just a character that's just there. Like, I don't care really much about him that much. But again, he's a healer, so he's alright. But like... I can never say I've had like an amazing game of it. When you power up his ball and throw it and you go whoosh, that's kind of fun, right? And if you get somebody and you throw the ball and it's that's kind of good. I've maybe had one or two good times like that, but I just I think you're going here. So with that, like, this is only characters that are currently in the game, so if there's any other characters that are known that I don't know of, for instance, there's Anna's husband slash Farah's father, I don't know anything about them, or Torbio's wife, or Brigette's mum. I do not know anything about these characters. I'm not an Overwatch lord. Like, I don't know every single little detail about Overwatch. Like, I've never really looked into their stories much. Like, I obviously know their relationships and things like that. And it's Overwatch League as well. Like, I keep thinking, wouldn't it be amazing if I could play that? But then it's like the people that play it are extremely good at it. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, this tier list episode, with new things. Again, new light, new camera, new mic stand thing, new green light, green screen. I don't know how my videos are turning out right now. Like, I've struggled to get this computer even in the position I want it to be in. It's been hard, and this is like a sign that money doesn't really fix everything, because it's been a real pain to get this computer to what I want it to be. Like, I currently still can't use my Ableton properly, and I don't know how to fix that. But anyways, stop rambling on about rubbish that doesn't matter. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, or whatever I do, bye.